Yo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome. My name is Lorne Risley and I am the host of the Halcyon Show. How the hell are you doing? Happy Friday. How you doing? Have you had a good week? I had a pretty good week. I'm in gainful employment again, and it shows. I actually got some coins, so I decided to get my Canva and my fucking Zoom reintegrated. We're going to arrange some interviews. They're going to be coming soon. But for today, I don't know if you know, because I previewed it, Cammy previewed it, Prem have started to tweet about it, and some of the guys have started to promote it like they care. Boys and girls, the Plug 5 is tomorrow. So I thought we do, I kind of did a preview for it a couple of days ago, but I thought we'd really hone in on the card, seeing as some of the guys have now had a bit of time to stretch their legs a little bit. From what I'm seeing as well, all of the battlers have arrived. There are no issues. There are no causes for concern. The card can press on as advertised, and that's only a good thing. So, let me get rid of my big ugly face, and let me put that's the wrong graphic. Get rid of that, and then, there you go. Right, so your Plug 5 card, which is scheduled to go ahead tomorrow, Saturday, the 26th of October, 12 till, I want to say that's 7. It's a very small picture on my screen. But yes, it's a card. It's got battles on it. And here's the thing with this now. I've been just blasting through battles all week this week. Just been sitting there, digesting them. Few of the guys, I've had a chance to see some battles of a bit more recently. And again, it's a weird thing about battle rap. Sometimes you know a guy or you know a performer, but unless you see a recent event of theirs or a recent battle of theirs, the style you can't quite summon it. There's guys that have got kind of iconic styles and they come to you straight away. Like Bobby for me is someone I can quote because I've seen his battles and I know his cadence. Same with someone like Shuffle T and Tony D and Shotty Horror and Luna C and guys like that, because they've just kind of become their entity of their own. But then you got guys like Dojo and Caveman, which is the first battle on the card. And I've seen a few of Caveman's battles recently. I actually did a play-by-play of him versus Kingsley Thunder for No Loose Chat, because I decided that I am guilty sometimes of neglecting No Loose Chat and Membars and a few of the other promotions. So I thought, no, I'll go out of my way to really pick one. I also, bit of behind the scenes, Kingsley Thunder and I have been going backwards and forwards a little bit this week on some of the notions of just battle rap in general. And one of the things was I judged Kingsley versus Red Wolf. I gave it to Red Wolf. He disagreed and he said that everyone else saw it in his favor. And so I thought, okay, well, let me give him the benefit of that. Make sure it's just not just favoritism, because I've interviewed Red Wolf and I've had conversations with him prior, so let's eliminate that as a possibility. Decided to check out another battle of his, and the battle I saw was Caveman versus Kingsley Thunder. I gave that one to Kingsley Thunder. Now, what was interesting, though, is having previewed that, I got a bit more of a taste of Caveman, because the only battle I'd seen of Caveman's up until that point was against P Soldier, and I felt like P Soldier took that battle. And I also feel like the room was maybe geared more towards a P Soldier performance, so it's only fair to give him the benefit of the doubt as well and sort of judge him on more neutral ground in this one, because Kingsley was, I guess, the Premier Battles sort of endorsed guy at the No Loose Chat event, and they were both northerners coming down south, so they're both away, so to speak. So it's a fair interpretation. The crowd is not necessarily geared for one over the other. The interesting thing about Caveman, I thought, is that his style, he has got a very unique sense of humor, and he's got a very wandery type cadence, but it's very difficult to not like him. The bar I'm thinking of in particular is I don't even think it rhymed. It's that bit at the beginning where he's like, you'll catch him outside begging for spare battle, hat in hand begging for spare battles. And even though, like, again, it's not the clever, but there's something about his persona, the presentation, that made you laugh. And that seemed to be a thing towards the end, where he went off on the tirade part of his, but you're a bellend, you're a dick, you're a twat, you're a rat, you're this, that, the other, you're a scheme, you're a punk, and that's why I downvote all your battles whenever I get drunk. Like, it's a great payoff. So here's the thing with it. I completely get his participation in this, although I will say I'm still going to give it to Dojo. Dojo's just had one of those years where he started kicking through the gears. And when I saw him at Checkpoint 5, it was plain to see, like, he's starting to grow into being more of a tentpole of the battle rap scene. So I'm very much giving that one to Dojo. MK versus LL Cool G, again, I'm going to refrain from opining on because don't know much about either guy, unfortunately. But I will say that as far as the Southside guys, again, I'd be interested to get some of them on. Again, RX, I think, has... so we've got the TMR podcast for the Gulag. Right. Right. So the first question, and it's the obvious one. I can't go tomorrow. 2 reasons why. Bit late in the day, so not going to be able to go. But secondly, I have my daughter in the evening. I'd be cutting it quite thin, leaving Manchester at 7 o'clock to get home for 7:30 to pick her up. I think that run might be a little too strong. But here's what I am probably going to do. I'm going to be looking at going to Undisclosed 13 and, oh gosh, 16th birthday is probably too soon. But then, so from Undisclosed 13, and then if there's any other events at the end of the year, I'd love to go to a No Loose Chat event if they're putting one on anytime soon. That would be kind of good. The Gulag Volume 4, though, I will probably end up either picking up, because the pay-per-view is only 10 quid. I might be tempted to pick it up for that and try and preview it and review it in real time. That way, I can sort of, because I am guilty sometimes of the access issue. This is part of the problem of covering battle rap sometimes, is you do kind of have to be there to get the gist of things. Either that, or you just got to be able to watch live, and a lot of the battle promotions don't do it live. So the fact that they've got a pay-per-view running for it, that's going to be super helpful. So rest assured, the Gulag Volume 4 is one that I've got, because, hang on, I want to make sure I'm being fair. Let me just swap this over. I want to prove my point. I have not 1, but 2 graphics for the Gulag Volume 4. That's how fucking dedicated I am to this, especially considering, I mean, look at who's on the card. Like, you'd be mad. You'd be mad not to go at least give it again. So December 28th. Hey, you got no excuse. Hey, in fact, fuck it. Free plug now for the Gulag right now. The Gulag Volume 4, it's on December the 28th. You motherfuckers ain't going to be at work. You ain't going to be at work, and you're going to need something to do, and you're going to have some spare pennies from all the presents you're going to get at Christmas. So, right here, right now, 3 p.m., £10 for the pay-per-view. Come on, man. Put your hands in your pockets. So everyone talks about supporting the battle rap scene. Here's an opportunity to do so. And look at that headline. Look at that headline. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So look, this is the thing. You gotta get on this, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta get on this shit. Come on now, where is it? There it is. Hey, there you go. So there's your plug for the Gulag. So let me go back to the reason we're talking about this now that we've got the plug out of the way. There we go. I would have loved to have been at this. I've only been to a few events, and one of them was a plug series one. It was plug 3. So, but on this occasion, I'll just have to make do with previewing it, and hopefully once the battles start dropping, I'll be happy to review them. But coming back to the point, so battles. So I'll refrain from MK versus LL Cool G, only though I would be interested to get the the Southside guys on, either RX or MK or any of the guys, because I'd kind of like to talk to them about the whole Southside gimmick, to be honest with you. I think I've had a couple of conversations over the years, but it's nothing I've been able to drill down into, and I'd like to explore that. But timing. It's difficult getting the guys on when they're busy preparing for battles. But then moving on. Lazy versus Black T. Right. Trickier one, isn't it? Because I was talking to another friend of mine recently, and it's Black T hasn't been as active as I thought he was. I seem to think he'd been battling once a month, once or twice a month, something like that. No, obviously not that much, but like he'd been pretty free. Actually, he's had a reasonably steady year this year. Lazy, on the other hand, is a guy who I've seen once. I saw him at the Plug 3, and I thought he gave a really good account of himself there. I mean, he's such a big guy. He's one of those guys that's got that sort of immediate stage presence because of just how big he is. I remember talking to him at Matchday 5, and it was a case of, "Hi, Lorne, big fan." So that was fun. Black T, on the other hand, you can't not swear. Again, if you are at a battle rap event, I've said this before, it bears repeating. If you're at a battle rap event and you don't get a "that's crazy" from Black T, you need to go home and rethink your life. That is the benchmark, right? If you don't get a "that's crazy" from Black T during your battle, Your bars ain't that good. You need to go home and rethink that shit. And I sometimes judge battles based on how many that's crazies it gets. I'm joking. Not really, but kind of. But anyways, it's going to be... Is he going to say that to his... I always wondered, like, if he's fighting an opponent, does he tell the opponent that's crazy? Or does he say it to his... Imagine if he was, like, setting a bar, drops it, and then he goes, that was crazy! And he just realizes, oh, wait, that was me. But anyways, back to the point, the prediction. I'll give it to Black T. I think Black T's got a style that will carry him through this battle. And he does have some really good material. And he's actually got a really decent delivery. Although saying that, Lazy... That's tricky. I'm giving it to Black T. But I think having had a conversation with Lazy and seeing how fucking hungry he was. Like, he was so disappointed about some of his battles falling through. Because he's another one of those guys that's trying to get traction. That wants opportunities. That wants to prove himself. And he gets let down from time to time. And it's not his fault. So... Who knows, man? Maybe he pulls it out. But on this occasion, I'll give it to Black T. I'm going to skip the next one as well. Again, don't know too much about the guys. But Frankie Fraser versus Ellipsis. Obviously, I'm giving this one to Frankie Fraser. I love Frankie Fraser to death, man. Big fan of his fucking... Some of his stuff is always just that. Again, rewind it once, watch it, rewind it again, see a completely different side to it, and you're like, fucking hell, that's clever. It's impossible, and I quite like. I like his style, man. Some people, they accuse him of being too sharp with lyricism and being good with the pen and not being quite the performer. I disagree. I think he's got great stage presence. I think he carries himself really well. He has the occasional stumble and he has the occasional, lapse. But what battler doesn't? Do you know what I mean? I really rate Frankie, so I'm giving that one to Frankie. Eunice versus Slimpbook basically settled this the other day on the Ethernet. If you haven't already, I'm given to understand. Hang on. Again, because I came prepared, bitches. They settled this the other day, so I don't even know why why do they even have to battle? Their team sorted this out the other day, and Gasbuff sorted it for them. So there you go. But nevertheless, this is another one I don't know too much about, sadly. I didn't get a chance to watch battles from either one of these guys. However, I don't know. I'm going to go for Slimbuck, just because I like Slimbuck. He seems okay. Seems like a cool dude. So I'm giving it to Slimbuck. Sue me. Let's go back. And then... Right. So this is the one I want to talk about again, because I fanboyed out about it the other day. And I've been proven right with time, because today of all days, Visual and Bobby Rex remembered that they've got a pay-per-view... they've got a card to sell and tickets to shift. And they've been going backwards and forwards against each other on the old Twitter sphere. And boys and girls, I am fucking here for it. Because here's the thing. Viz has a uncompromising confidence in his presentation. Bobby licks his teeth and savors the fucking kill to come and just fucking goes full warrior battle fucking... You know what I mean? Like, just goes in. And as a result... Man, I always find it hard to bet against Bobby because of just the sheer fucking weight of his presentation. The way he just comes at guys and gets in their faces, and all the audience can picture themselves in that battler's position and none of them want to be there. It speaks to the fact that Gast Buff, when you see this, if you see this, I love you. Please think of the children and stop poking the bear. Please don't stop poking the bear. But please, God, you have so much to live for. So many other battles to be in. So many other outfits to try. So many other content types to make. Why are you immolating yourself? He held up a chopping board and pretended it was Bobby Rex. Gast, you don't need to do this, okay? You don't need to do it. Please don't stop doing it. But please, think of the children. Think of your family. They're watching this, mourning you doing it. Please, just... Please, Gasper. It's amazing. Please don't stop. Keep going as much as you possibly can. But please, think of the children. Think of the children. Anyways, but my point is, that Viz and Bobby have kicked it into gear and have really started pushing this battle. I'm here for it, son. I'm not being funny. The only other person on this card who I can see has been fervently pushing their battle is Frankie Fraser. Dojo's done a bit. I'm not saying he's not done none. But Frankie, Viz, and Bobby are the three that I would point to and say, lads, get it. They get it. They're trying to sell. They're trying to pique interest and get people actually excited. It's one thing to tell people about something happening. It's an entirely different thing entirely to get them motivated, to be actually excited, to actually then take the post and share it, put it in people's faces and motivate them to actually get the fucking ball down the pitch, lads. And Bobby and Viz got it today. And it was impossible not to pay attention to. It was great, like I say. And what the thing was is that they rode the line real well. It never ever threatened to become that awkward, okay, let's temp it down a little bit, let's slow it back. It was all in good spirits. It was all in good fun. Bobby did his thing. Viz did his thing. I was here for it. I was here for it. But who am I picking? God damn it, son. God damn it. Who do I pick? I'd be curious to see what people think, to be honest with you. I don't know. Who the fuck wins Viz versus Bobby Rex? Shit. Who the fuck wins? I mean, look, I'm a Bobby fan. I'm the world's biggest Bobby fan. I want Bobby Rex to win. I was there for Visual versus Villain. And I was also there actually for... oh, gosh. Who did Viz battle at match day 5? He battled someone. I can't remember who it was. Damn. Who the fuck was it? I can't remember. Point is, Viz against Villain was one of the... on that card with guys like Lunacy, by the way, was one of the best exhibitions of crowd control, crowd management, execution, performance, and reaction. And Viz is really locked in for this by the looks of it. God. This is a real hard one. I'd really love to know what people are thinking about this one, to be honest. God, that's a hard one. I'm going to say Bobby. If no other reason, that I do believe Bobby can win. I'm not saying that I'm picking him even in spite of him being the underdog or anything. But here's the thing. Bobby really does deserve a promotional rub at this point from the perspective of really letting him take the ball and run with it. Like, I can see Bobby saying, right, I'm the Continental title holder for Prem. I'll defend this against anyone in any promotion. Like, really taking the ball and running with it cross promotion. Like, really getting other fans, casual fans, hardcore fans excited about the jeopardy of battle rap. And for that reason, I'm not saying Viz wouldn't do that, because of course Viz has been on other... he was on No Loose Chat not too long ago, and he was on Don't Flop because he was there for Checkpoint 5. I'm just saying, though, that Bobby's chaotic, man. Bobby's anarchic, and I'm fucking here for that. So that's a tight one, but I'm picking Bobby Rex for that one. And then finally, your main event, the 2-on-2 of Gemini and Koj versus Rumnitty and Jazz the Rapper. I think it's a pretty foregone. I think Gemini and Koj take it. Both, again, I've made no secret of my... I don't really... Koj, whatever. But anyway, as a battler, though... Right, okay, so let me come back. Let me before you think I'm hating, I'm not hating. Let me bring it back. As a battler, I was there when he took on, I think it was Whispers, again for match day 5, and that wasn't close. That wasn't close. Koj was completely in control of that one and absolutely bossed that. As a battler, Koj is as polished and as honed as they come, and as well can balance that comedic element with the harder element. He transitions between the two really, really well. And as a result, that amalgamation with Gemini is going to be a potent combination if those two can figure it out. Again, I've said this in my other video the other day. The key to two on twos isn't necessarily the quality of each individual person. It's the amalgamation. It's actually, because Bobby said this, and I'll give him credit, I struggle to think of a better 2-on-2, because any 2-on-2 match in the UK has to include Shuffle T and Marlowe, because they're the best 2-on-2 competitors there's ever been. You think back through their history, so you go versus C Major and Cracker, versus P Soldier and Matter, Zen and Dialect. Let me think. I mean, obviously the compliments, Big J and Lefty. Struggling to think of others off the top of my head. The only other one I can think of off the top of my head in the UK was Soul and Quill. That was another compliments match, but it was a one-rounder. Maybe the Scapegoats battle is the best 2-on-2 battle in UK battle rap history. And yeah, the reason for that is because Bobby and Raptor, even though they're great on their own, really hit on a great dynamic between the two of them, and it fed really well. This idea of Raptor being the like, what is it? I forget that, but like, you remember in the cartoons from back in the day, there was the tiny one and there's the large one, and one's sharp but lacks any physical impetus, whereas the large one has all the physical impetus but isn't quite as sharp. But the comedy is played off in the buffoonery that befalls the small one trying to boss around the big one. That dynamic really worked for him because it helped diffuse Shuffle in a lot of ways, Shuffle T and Marlowe in a lot of ways. But Shuffle T and Marlowe they're just that fucking good. That's the benchmark. So if Gemini and Koj can come up with a dynamicism that mirrors that or emulates it or even exceeds it, man, you could be in for something real special there. But it depends on the temperament. Like, considering that these two teams are not teams, they're four competitors that are teaming up together. You wonder what the spirit's going to be like. Is this a friendly joshing about, or is this a comedic competitive battle? I don't know. So I still give the win to Gemini and Koj because I think individually of the four battlers, those two on their own, even without the dynamicism, is enough to carry them through. And Gemini's off the back of one of the biggest wins in UK battle rap history, amalgamating the two titles with a hell of a performance, by the way. Koj, again, a potent combination. So I think Gemini and Koj winners there, and that completes the card. The question I have for people is, what do you think of the card? Like, again, I mentioned this the other day. I wasn't entirely sure about the booking aspects of the card. Again, it's been more put to me now that it's an America versus UK with is it Nigeria? The Nigerian element to it as well. I'm not too sure, but I know Gast has been pretty big on booking some of the African talents. So yeah, it's an international feel, I guess, is what I'm saying. But how do you feel about it? Are you happy with the card? Are you excited for the card? And if so, which battles are you excited for? I'm interested to hear what people have to say, and I'd love to see, again, if people are as excited about particular battles as I am for Visual and Bobby Rex, because, like, here's the thing. Bobby Rex is going to come off this and then battle Gas Buff. Like, Bobby's going to kill someone before the year is out. Like, if he doesn't win this one, like, if he wins this one, I put money Gast sees Christmas. If he loses this, there might not be enough of Gast to fit into a coffin, because Bobby Rex will kick the doors down of the venue and go, "Rah! Where is it?" Like, just tear him apart for all of the fucking promos he's been writing this last fucking month or two. But what do you think? There's your card. Let me know what you think. Right. So now that that's out of the way. Oh, God. This is going to be interesting because now I've got a fucking transition. Because here's the honest truth. I was going to do the news today. I was going to do a little 2-minute video like I did last week. And I have some news. But here's the thing. I was fucking around with my thumbnails until about 9 o'clock. Quarter to 9, and I realized, oh no, I don't have time to fucking record and edit it. So I thought, right, well, we'll just hop on a live stream, do a preview, and then we'll do the news while I've got you. Because then, hopefully, everyone's cool. So what's the first link I've got? And I'll show you as we go as well. I'll cut back to it. Right. I can't get rid of that. Right, okay. In which case, let me do, and then let's see if that will share. Oh, that is it. Oh, okay, so I've got to get rid of that. There you go. Right, so this Saturday we shut down London. Have you got your ticket yet? I do not know if they've sold out. I do not know. If they have not, now is the time to click on that link there, premierbattles.club, and go and pick yourself up a ticket. I think they're £27.50. As you can see, they're £35 on the door. You got the opportunity to buy for the next half an hour. Half an hour you've got to go and buy the tickets. So if you haven't bought your ticket and this is in Manchester, right? Or is this in London? No, this is in London. Hootenanny in Brixton. If you're in London tomorrow and you haven't got plans for the weekend, you might as well go and take a look. It can't hurt to start a new fandom of something, and you never know. This might be the thing that hooks you in. So, £35 on the door, or click on the link, premierbattles.club, and go buy yourself a ticket. There you go. Right, so that's first thing. See? I made notes and everything. Yes, open the link, please. Let's see what the next one is. It's a Tony D tweet. What did Tony D tweet? Tony D. I've agreed to do a battle rap show, and I'm amazed at how little I actually know about battle rap. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because Tony D's the best, man. Tony D is infinitely humble and infinitely self-deprecating, yet objectively one of the greatest, if not the greatest. And it's crazy to me how he's just, honestly, man, like, he's just such a cool dude. And I was just going to showcase the fact that even as he enters the twilight of his career in his own mind, I, like many others, I'm like, fuck that. No, you'll battle until we say you're done. He's still saying things like, I don't really know about battle rap. Fuck off with that. Nah, he knows plenty about battle rap. He's nice. He's all right, isn't he? Right, what else we got? Dub T. What's Dub T saying? Okay, so this is, I was going to lead into the fact that, so I've watched a shitload of battles this week, and Dub T versus Dazzy Talks was one of them. And yeah, all I was going to say was, it's kind of crazy how much battle rap there is going on at the moment, isn't there? It's like, kind of awesome that there's like so much battle rap, and yet it's all good. Like, I kind of feel like I'm spoiled a little bit. Like, I've seen like 4 or 5 battles this week that I just hadn't seen and decided to catch up on. It's cool, right? I've just seen How to Shrooms. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you tuning in. Sorry I didn't catch the comment because I was busy reading the news. Because here's the other problem with the news this week. It was going to be largely joke-based. Because Plug is going to be soaking up all of the oxygen in the room, that's pretty much all I was going to be talking about anyway, so a preview seemed more apropos when I actually sat down to think about it. So anyways, Dub T versus Dazzy Talks, by the way, I didn't get a chance to do a play-by-play. I think I did write a very brief review of it. I will probably end up doing a reaction to it, so at some point, be sure to stay tuned for that. Because I like doing the reactions. They're a lot of fun. And then we'll cut back to... Bobby! I will make that Continental title fucking legendary. Everyone knows it. I'll be the best champion you can hope for. I haven't pictured myself winning that belt once, though. Visual wins every time, and I hate it. I hate it. I have to fight to the death, no choice. Bobby Rex in a nutshell. Makes you believe, makes you believe, makes you believe, makes you believe. And then the human rears its ugly head and goes, no, actually, whatever. I'm not buying it. I never underestimate Bobby. The second I underestimate Bobby is the day that he eats you alive. So don't take the bait, Viz. Don't take the bait. He's coming for you. He's coming for that fucking belt. Don't let him take it. Do not let him take it. Anyways, what do we got next? Let's go to the next one. What else have we got? That's another one of those. Crow. Right, so this was all I was going to say about this, right? I'll cut to this. So this is what I was doing all week, right? I was doing, like, play-by-plays of some of the battles that in Crow versus Tech was one of them. I gave it to Crow in the end, by the way. Here's the thing about Crow. Apparently, he does, like, he sings vocals for some of the stuff for Sov Pro. And I remember Gast pointing out one of the songs that he was singing, and you go like, wow, he's a really talented vocalist. And all I was going to point out to this was, now that I've seen him kick ass of all kinds of names throughout the year, he's another one that's been silently cultivating a really, really, really good resume for this year. Like, when do we get to see the fucking world tour of him just tearing it up with them vocal cords, man? That's what I want to see. I want to see that shit. And then finally, I think it's a tweet from Sean Cray. Let's have a look when it loads. So this is all I was going to say. So, the Ethernet, like I said the other day, apparently that's getting uploaded. If it hasn't already dropped, I'll check that after we finish this live stream because I really do want to see what that happened on that. Gasbuff just accidentally said, let me take a sip of my water and click the recorder. Right. And all I was going to say here is, God damn it, if Sean Cray doesn't get a seat on a panel for a Sounds Like show coming soon, there is something wrong with the goddamn world. He is the #1 contributor to Rhymes in the Wild, and he's not bad at it. So, Shuffle T and the guys it Sounds Like, Sean Cray is right there. He is a rhyming machine, and he's a really nice guy. Sort it out. Anyways, I think that'll conclude the news. So before I go, and this was only ever going to be a quick one because I kind of did a preview for this the other day and I wanted to just make sure we covered something and then moved on. The only other thing I wanted to touch about is I still don't really have much information about the 16th birthday. I wondered, I would throw it out to the audience here. Does anyone know how anyone gets a hold of anyone at Don't Flop? Now, I know is the one that people would probably say. Doesn't like me very much, so let's just leave that there for now. Like, because here's the thing, if I'm going to be covering the news and covering the scene more ardently, part of me does want to have sources that I can reach out to for not exclusives, but certainly information that's maybe not publicly circulated, or that isn't widely known but is fine to release. Just stuff like event information, like, you know, I don't know, just to kind of get general information about it. So if anyone knows anyone at Don't Flop that I can talk to about things like how they're going to be planning their events and what they're going to be doing, things like that, that'd be super, super helpful. In the meantime, though, I don't have much more to say about some of these upcoming events because there just isn't much information about them. I want to dig deeper into the 16th birthday because it's basically the last card that Don't Flop have planned for the year based on their website, and they've got no information about it, and it's less than 3 weeks away. So there you go. Anyways, I think we'll probably wrap it there, to be honest, because we're about done here. So, the Plug 5. It happens tomorrow. Are you excited for it? Are you going to it? If so, what battles are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the event itself? And yeah, what are the things you excited for in Battle Rap? We've got lots of other things coming up. Again, I'm going to be looking to go to Undisclosed 13. I've now made the promise live on air that to the TMR podcast that I'm going to be buying their pay-per-view. So I'll be watching that, and if I can get it streaming live, maybe I'll even do a live reaction to it. Who knows? But otherwise, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Thank you very much for joining me on this edition. I've done a lot of content this week, so I'm going to take the fucking weekend off and enjoy it. You guys have an amazing event at the Plug 5. Best of luck to Premier Battles. I hope they stick the landing. To all of the battlers on the card, I hope you absolutely smash it and set yourselves up for a very, very lucrative 2025 and beyond. And yeah, thank you for joining me. I sincerely hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves. My name's been Lorne Risley. Stay tuned because hopefully in the next couple of weeks we are back doing interviews, son. I have sent out the feelers to a few people. We will see what they come back with. We'll just have to wait and see. So yes, my name's been Lorne Risley, host of the Halcyon Show. I want to thank you once again for watching. I sincerely hope you are all taking care of yourselves. And I will see you on the next episode of the Halcyon Show.